Season 4 of Modern Warfare 2 added the new Tempus Razorback and the ISO 45 DLC guns in the Battle Pass. Today I'm going to be maxing out and unlocking Orion on the ISO 45 since I've already maxed out the Tempus Razorback, go check out my video after this one by the way, and show the process during the grind. So let's jump into the video. Alrighty, 8 camos to unlock as usual. The base camos are a little more annoying this time around, aside from the normal kills and ADS kills, with the last 2 camo challenges requiring point blank kills and kills from behind respectively. So, pretty simple. But as usual, I need to max the gun first. So I popped a double weapon XP token and had it maxed in about 2 matches. Pretty easy. Still don't know why people don't use Invasion to max their guns like incredibly fast, it's kinda silly. And I was also basically 25% done with the base camos overall just from grinding levels. Now it's time to move on to... Alright, so this isn't actually my first game grinding camos with the ISO because frankly the first 2 were pretty boring. I spent the first 2 games getting used to the gun, primarily focused on finishing up normal kills and ADS kills. Unsurprisingly, I finished these camos pretty quickly. The most effective playstyle with this gun seems to be full-on rushing spawns because it really is like a hit marker machine past very close range. However, in its ideal range, this gun shreds. But yeah, I highly recommend staying within those 1 to 15 meter ranges with this gun if possible because there's a decent chance you'll lose most gunfights if the enemy is paying attention outside of those ranges. When I moved on to point blanks and kills from behind, things got a lot more difficult. Often the problem was not killing the player but getting close enough to register a point blank kill, which is usually within 1 to 2 meters. The problem with getting point blank kills is people in this game tend to sit back and hold lanes from farther ranges, aka camp, for the entire game and make grinding for point blanks basically mind numbing. Kills from behind are similar but more luck based as spawns in this game make it like very difficult to get behind enemies. Around my 5th match, I decided to switch maps since I decided that I hate Showdown, which is a terrible camo grinding map by the way, and play the new one added this season. It offered easier paths to get behind players, which I needed since I was fully focusing on point blank kills and kills from behind at this point, and I started running Ghost instead of my usual ultimate perk, which is Quick Fix, because stealth became basically a requirement to get these camos. As usual, I tried to be efficient as possible and work on both camo challenges by both killing enemies from point blank and from behind in the same kill. This was a relatively common occurrence, especially on this map, as many players camped in the same predictable places, and I could get behind them with relative ease. While you may have to adopt a different playstyle to ensure maximum efficiency when camo grinding, it ensures you aren't spending unnecessary time on a certain camo like I have in the past. With base camos finished in a relatively short amount of time, gold camo would surely prove to be extremely easy. I won't bore you with the gold camo segment because it's a pretty tried and true simple process. 3 kills and 1 life, 10 times. The way I grind for gold camo is to play a little more reserved and careful, which some may call campy, and I can't totally deny that I don't camp sometimes to grind this challenge. I'm not a huge fan of grinding gold. By the way, if you're enjoying this video you're watching right now, or this video has helped you in any way, consider liking the video, or even subscribing if you want to see more content similar to this. Anyways, back to the video. If you're struggling to get gold, it's totally fine to play a little more ratty to get those 3 consecutive kills every life. With the ISO, I had to play a little more aggressive simply because the gun has like horrible range, and I would be getting no kills if I tried to camp. Speaking of getting no kills, Platinum was excruciating as it normally is. Yep, this is Longshot grind gameplay. Painful and boring, especially with an SMG like the ISO. I honestly had to quit after 2 matches of grinding Longshots because of how frustrating it was. I didn't even bother with hardcore because I knew that I would get outgunned even more in that mode, so I would have died more. I put every single attachment that could possibly help this gun's range, yet it barely made a difference. And just because, you know, why not? The game decided to slap me in the face one more time by making me go into a whole nother match just to finish 1 long shot. I really have no other tips for grinding platinum on this gun other than hold left click and hope you kill the person at long shot range. This truly is the most mundane part of the camo grind. Polyatomic is easily the most straightforward mastery camo. You just aim for the head. This is pretty much how it went with the ISO, however, it has some weird recoil that can make getting these headshots kinda annoying. Closer ranges are preferable when grinding Polyatomic simply because your chances of hitting a headshot increase drastically as the target gets larger, and also, especially with the ISO, it's an SMG, so it's going to perform much better up close. I recommend playing hardcore like I did for headshots because the ISO is able to one-shot to the head in hardcore, making it much easier to complete the challenge. Overall, grinding for Polyatomic was pretty fun because I hadn't played hardcore in a while and was able to play something other than the 24/7 playlist I had been playing like all day at this point. Getting Polyatomic on this gun was pretty easy, and if you're lucky, maybe you'll get in about 2 matches like I did. As usual, a nice wrap to the camo grind. So yeah, to conclude, this gun's pretty good. In its ideal range, it shreds, as is expected. Outside of that though, like most SMGs, it falls off pretty bad. I would recommend it for sure if you're looking for another gun to grind, just because it was a pretty fun one to use, unlike the Tempus Razorback. Anyways, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're interested in more content similar to this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bro, what the actual fuck?